What's up, everybody? Welcome back to round 2 of our 6-liter head install. Today we should be able to get it running, just as long as this weather permits us to here. We're lucky though, we are undercover, and I got my fancy umbrella with my tools underneath. Got a little bit of, try not to kill our manual here. Everything's getting a little bit wet, but we are almost done here. We got basically just our throttle body, our bracket that goes over the top here, and our exhaust. So let's get started. We're down to just a few nuts and bolts left here, which is good. We'll get our throttle body on here first. Oh, that's not the way it goes. There we go. All right, I got our screws tightened down. I'm gonna leave the this cover off for now. We'll let it dry out. Got one sensor plug on that one for, I think it's air temperature. And we just gotta plug our sensor in here. There we go. These two go on the bracket. My little cover fell off down there. Have to grab that later. Just for plugging in our diagnostic stuff. OBD. So now, let's get our brackets that go over this, that hold our computer and everything on. Alright, this should just fit right over the top. Gets held on by our bolts that hold our coils in place. We gotta get our shift bracket out of the way too. That gets housed onto here. That's our electronic shift actuator. Let's secure the bracket first before we put all our components on it. Alright, start from the back. We'll work our way to the front with everything on this bracket. Put our shift actuator on first. And the rain's picking up. Just great. Next, get our actuator on. Let's plug that in. Now we can mount our fuse panel here. Just goes up on our rubber mounts here. A couple nuts for it. Alright, everything's about installed on this side besides our stop button here, which we'll do next. Let's get our computers on first here. Should just fit in here like this. So this is just 4 10mm bolts. 2 for our stop button here. So let's plug our computers in. Snap into place. There we go. Getting tight. The next one here. Well, I realize now I did this backwards. There's actually 2 holes right here in this metal plate, and 2 holes right here for zip ties. So that means this should be running right here. So this is upside down. We switch it out and we can get our harness on there. Doesn't fit this way. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Now this should fit on here too now. There we go. Perfect. Now let's get our oil fill tube on here. This just sits down in on this bracket here. Got a little notch in it. The hose just goes right on top of the valve cover here. Just like that. That's all it is. And now the fun part. Let's get the exhaust back on here. Alright, we got Scott here to help us. You know, hold the camera while I jump in the hole. Hand me stuff. Going in. Get the gasket. Easier if this was not here, huh? it is. A little confined in here. I'm using my eye hand. Or hand eye. Well, you can see. So our exhaust is not lined up now. Not a big deal. I'm gonna loosen this one up, push this down so we can line it up. Then I can tighten our bottom bolts here in our manifold. So let me get these two manifolds put on here. We'll continue on. Well, now that I'm soaking wet, we got our exhaust on. It was fun trying to get in the hole. You've seen that side. This side was even worse because we got that water tank in the way there. But they're all on. I just got to finish hooking up our oxygen sensors here. Got a couple lines to hook up. And we got some new spark plugs to put in it. Let me finish all that. Well, good news is we got a break in the rain. We got the boat completely cleared off. Got one panel that we got to put back on, that's it. And our motor should be ready to fire up here. Even got a hose hooked to her. Got our antifreeze ready. We'll check the oil, everything is good. So now, let's turn the water on, fire it up. All right, water's on. Let's see if she starts. I've already cranked it over and over just to get the oil pressure up and get fuel to the fuel pump. Let's see, she should fire right up. Sounds good. I don't see any leaks down here anywhere. Looks good over here too. Got no alarms, looks like she's starting to warm up. Let's see, good oil pressure, batteries are charging. Back, see what else we got. Warming up, good RPM. And low hours. Let's shift it, see if she shifts. Forward. Let's reverse. I'm gonna let this thing run, double check everything, and call it a day. Try to beat this rain here. As always, I appreciate everybody watching. I'll see you next time. Later. They got the 600s back together.